Good evening, everyone. Actually, it's very early morning in my time. Well, thank you for inviting me and welcome to our Come and See Global Telling Story. Hope you enjoy your practice of meditation regularly. Well, today we might change a little bit of pace due to the fact that I'm not sure if my Dhamma talking will be quite different than the meditation topic you normally have from various teaching monks. But all in all, I hope this will helping and supplement each other after our meditation. However, before we're going to start, should I start now or should I waiting for more people to come? Mr. Andir, AJ, could you let me know?
I think just about everyone's here. I think we're happy for you to begin.
Okay, then let's do our meditation first. Then we will go with the story and the Dhamma talk after our meditation. Well, just to get everyone wake up, are you there with me? Raise your hand, please. Right, that's good. Saw some sign now, so that means everyone here. Then let's do our meditation. Hope you are ready. Find inner peace time together, right? All right, good. I don't need to introduce how to meditate, right? Because I'm sure you all know and you are regular already, right? All right, you know where the center is and how to, rest your mind and focus yourself. All right, so if you're all set, let's do our meditation. Remember, two things, four actually. One, mindfulness and relaxation. Also, consistency and observations, the foundation for your meditation taught by Luang Por Dhammachayo. So always keep this in mind. Start from the beginning until the end. And if you like, continue after as well. So that's find yourself comfortably corner to start your meditation session. Sharing my screen. All right. Let me just start this real quick. Give me a few moments. Take it easy. I'm getting old, so I'm slow. All right, that should do. Okay. Can you touch chat? It doesn't show. Is this? Can you give me some sign? Is the sound out, Mr. AJ?
Oh yes, I hear it. Thank you.
All right. Can you hear the sound? That's good for me. Begin our meditation. Close your eyes. Adjust the mind and body, making yourself relaxed, ready for inner peace. Check yourself truly, beginning from the top of your head. Relax down to your forehead. Relax your eyebrows. Close your eyelids. Don't use your eyes or try to look inside yourself. during the meditation. Relax every muscles on your face, down to your neck and shoulder. Adjusting your back and body properly. Free from all the tension you might have. Relax both of your arms down to the tips of your hands. Continue further down to your neck and shoulder. Adjusting your back and body properly. Free from all the tension you might have. Relax your abdomen, allowing yourself breathe in and breathe out easily, making your whole body feeling most comfortable for the meditation. Continue to relax further down to your legs, your knees, and all the way to your feet completely, making your whole body feeling most comfortable. When you are done adjusting yourself, moving on to adjust your mind. Empty your mind, putting down everything aside. And imagine that you are alone in this place, somewhere that makes you feel as if you are the only one in this world. Somewhere like in the nature, with an open space, and your whole body is light, empty, without any organs or tissues, like an empty container. Just allow your mind to come back to yourself gently, slowly, like a feather floating down and softly touch inside your body, around your abdomen, or any point that you prefer to rest your mind in this moment. If you do just right, you would feel content, like to stay here without moving or going anywhere else. So observe the mind, observe yourself inside your body, while stay relaxed, both body and mind, from this moment. And allow the mind to rest within your body. Lightly imagine the sun shine at the place where you rest your mind. Observe the sun peacefully. Should your thought arise, don't worry. Stay relaxed and observe the sun, making yourself become an observer. Observe your own thought without following, while stay relaxed. Enjoy your inner peace. Or if you like, you could recite the mantra to calm your mind, finding yourself inner peace. And the mantra is Samma Araham. Samma Araham. Samma Araham. Recite the mantra over and over in your mind at your own pace. Continue on until you feel like you don't need to use the mantra anymore, or the mantra fade away by itself. You can choose to do both. Observe the sun and recite the mantra, or do either one to suit yourself, your comfortable feeling. So let us take our time in this moment, finding inner peace until the appropriate time. Stay still while maintain the mind inside yourself. Allow the mind to rest. When the mind comes to a standstill, joy, peace would arise, filling your mind with this feeling and expand to your body. The mind, when finding inner peace, it would find its own way to love openly, freely, without any condition. Sharing this feeling of inner peace and compassion that arise with all the people that you love, whether they are friends or enemies. Spread your loving kindness with them all, like a ripple, expanding with all the directions, having yourself become its center. Expand your feeling of inner peace and compassion from your room to your home, your neighbor, your neighborhood, to your hometown, your country, eventually the whole world. Spread your loving kindness with them all, a feeling wishing everyone to be happy, free from all sufferings and danger. Spend a few moments, spread your loving kindness. Samma Arahang Samma Arahang Samma Arahang. Recite the mantra. I maintain the balance between mindfulness and relaxation inside yourself. Continue on to allow your mind stay within yourself after the meditation as long as you can, allowing your inner peace to be with you wherever you go. And prepare yourself by maintaining the mind inside to receive the blessing. Sappha Puttha Nupavena, Sappha Dhamma Nupavena, Sappha Sankha Nupavena, Sattha Soti Bhavantu Te. You can now slowly open your eyes. Welcome back, everyone. Hope you enjoy your inner peace time with me in this session. Well, let me check how it goes. If you can open the camera, that will be fine. If you can, just raise your hands. Yeah, there's a button, you know where to put, right? So, anyone, if you are feeling relaxed, could you raise your hand, please? Thank you, Mr. AJ. Anyone else? Okay, good. All right. Anyone falling asleep? Raise your hand. Okay, good. So that means you're listening to me. All right. Anyone feeling or experience time fly by very fast or feeling like your body disappear? We meditate about 30 minutes. Good. All right, we got some. Here come the tough questions. Anyone experience inner light or brightness inside? I don't see anyone yet so far. Only the picture. All right, so there's no one. But don't worry. Inner light usually comes when the mind finding the balance between mindfulness and relaxation. Once you find that yourself become relaxed, continue further, feeling like your body disappear and feeling content as where you are. Just a sign you're getting good. But going further, that is when the inner light comes. It is in this way that how you finding yourself inner peace according to the middle way meditation. The longer you are able to maintain the balance, the better the condition for your inner peace. However, to maintain such state, it is required some practice. It is not just come right away and stay with you from the beginning until the end of your session is gradually increasing. For example, last week I have students who come meditate with me. They came from the group of Georgia Meditation Center. All right. They're asking, they meditate, but then suddenly they're finding good inner peace, but then the thoughts just come. And then that's it. That's how long they are able to maintain their inner peace. All you have to do in this case, you don't need to do anything. All you have to do is just start over. Because when your mind finding inner peace, and then suddenly the thought come, that's the feeling, or that's the condition that's how long you can maintain your inner peace. You don't have to struggle. All you have to do is start over. Don't be afraid to start over. Remember, every time we meditate, it is always new experience. So why bother struggling to stay and try to force yourself to maintain your inner peace? Just start over by continue to resume your meditation again. And then if it's longer, that's fine. But then the thought comes, that's okay, start over again. That is how the experience begins to gradually increase. If you can do from the beginning until the end, that's a very good. But remember, meditation are not just sitting in the session with the teaching monk alone. It can also perform outside of your practice. All right. So that's when you practice meditation, remember as the full foundation, like I mentioned before we start, mindfulness, relaxation, consistency, and observation. These are the four foundations for the middle way meditation. Well, if you are new, or if you have someone new, one more foundation requires your willingness to meditate. That's something that is really important. But all of you are here, I am sure you don't need that because you already have. That's therefore, the difficult part about that is how to maintain our inner peace after we experience. To attaining it, our master, Luang Por Dhammachayo, already mentioned and taught us many times. If you ever listen to his guiding meditation, or I think it's already in Thai though. Anyway, if you can listen to Thai, good. But if you can't, well, listen to me, maybe can help too. All right. So he mentioned that the difficult part is to get the first stillness or the first stop of your mind. If you can get that experience will last with you. That's what we are trying to do. Try to still our mind and practice right now. Once we get that stillness, when you come back next time, you recall how you did. And starting with that, it will be repeating and then further on. So the first stop is the task that we are, required to do and trying to do too. So good luck, everyone. Keep practicing, okay? Remember, consistency is the key. Do not give up, even though it would feel like it's repeating. Someday you are experience good. Someday you don't. Well, what can you do? But at the very least, you have done your job of practice meditation regularly. So, therefore, now it's come to our story today. It said the program is come and see and listen to the storytelling. Last time I teach the Dhamma. It's not in the concept. So today I come with the story. Maybe you can adapt it into your daily life and your inner peace. The thing about this is that when we are experiencing or meeting people in our daily life, sometimes good, if we're feeling good, the whole day is just like a good day. sunshine shining all day. But when you feel moody, whatever you think, whatever you speak will be effect on that moody. So if you're feeling moody, of course, conflict tend to arise. So therefore, how can we handle this? Let's come to the example story today. All right. What can you learn? What can you get from this? That's up to you. But what I am presenting may be benefit to everyone who are listening. So, translator, do the good job. All right. So let's begin. What a man has to kill in order to get a good night's sleep. I'll make it more simple in the technical term. What a man has to kill to get a good night's sleep. All right, everyone. If you have questions or anything, make sure after the session, not now, so that it won't be disturbed or interrupt. Once upon a time, okay, I have to tell the reference too, right? This came from the story of a Brahmin named Akosaka Paravacha Pram, or Akosaka Bravara, is in English, Paravadacha Brahmin. He is the Brahmin who doesn't have any interest in Buddhism, but luckily to himself, he has a wife who was Buddhist, actually Buddhist. The story goes is that this Brahmin living his life peacefully, and they have their own beliefs and religions to practice. And one day, the wife has a chance go along with her friend, listen to the teachings of the Buddha, with her mind serene, calm and peaceful, able to attain enlightenment as a first level stream enterer. Thus, she has a firm faith in Buddha's teaching without any doubt. This is the result of one who attained the first enterer, having the clear faith without any doubt on the teachings of the Buddha, especially the law of karma. And she will be pure in conduct because she knows the result of the karma, or the retribution she must pay, whether they are good or bad. And as she lives along with her life, same time with her husband, who has different beliefs, I am sure if you marry to different, different religions of different beliefs, spouse, the way to maintain yourself in happy and peaceful family life is not to bring the conflict of belief come into the family matter. So the Brahmin couple are the same. He believed in his teacher, and his wife also believed in her teacher. One day, the Brahmin liked to host his teachers, 100 of them, a very good fete, so that way he can get placed, and he believed that his teacher is enlightened. Why the wife also the same thing, have the firm faith, but she doesn't go against her husband, so she go along. But then with the kindness and love for his wife, the Brahmin said, "Oh dear, on this day is very important for me. Could you do me a favor?" "Yes, what is it?" "At the very least, don't say anything about your teacher." Well, one more information detail that I forget to mention is that the wife herself has a bad habit. Whenever she upset or feeling surprised, she would say, "Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa." That's a feeling, kind of like when you are surprised, you, "Oh my," something like that. But herself, "Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa." She always say that. So as the meaning in Pali is, she reverence or pay respect to the Buddha because she has a firm faith and firm belief in her teacher. "Can you at least, please don't say this word in front of my guest. Please, please, please." He acts with his love and don't have any conflict with her. But the wife said, "Well, my belief is myself. You cannot do anything, and I cannot do anything to stop that." without any more patience that he has for her. So he said, how about this? If I put a knife and chop you into a mincemeat, will you stop saying that? She said, no, you cannot. This is myself. This is my right. So without further ado, the husband don't know what to do. So he just stay quiet and leave this matter out. And on the next day, when the time comes, they host a big feast, inviting what believed to be arahants for her husband to come. So they're offering the very fine meal they ever have. Oh, these two happen to be very rich too, okay? Otherwise, they won't be able to host 100 people. And as the time goes, everything runs along smoothly until almost the end of the meal, of the feast. The wife suddenly slipping on the ground and she falling down. But while she falling down, she was surprised. So she said, as you may have guessed, Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Well, if you can just put into our technical term now, simply said, oh my Buddha, something like that. So when everyone in the hall heard what she said, horror struck them because for all the time, they thought that the wife and his family is believed and practiced their religions. Or for your information, what religion they practice? They practice what is called Jainism. You know, the monk who doesn't wear anything, getting naked and having their beard very long time, and very long and live, and you know, they only practice in India. Okay, so everyone was horror because well, at the time, for your information, Buddhisms and Jainisms they not really go along. You know, so everyone was like, "What? I thought your wife is believing in us." So some of them stopped eating and they getting up and walk out right away. Some even spit on the floor, try to, you know, return whatever they have consumed on the floor and walk out. The Brahmin husband was really upset. He could not do anything and he feeling like he losing face. Unable unable to believe that his wife could do something like this to him. Feeling losing face. But he loved his wife. He don't want to hurt her, but he feeling like he needs someone to be a god. So if I cannot release my anger onto my wife, then I better do it to her teacher. So the next destination he want to go, where do you think he is heading to? Of course, you see on the picture already, right? Yes, he go to the Buddha. So straight on his path right away with a knife on his hand, carrying it around, walk into the temple. But the Buddha said, let him in. So everyone, while sawing the Brahmin carrying a knife, so the Brahmin come and confront the Buddha without even pay respect, like everyone else in the temple. Of course, the man was angry, you know, and no one, he won't think about paying respect anymore. So he just come and point the finger at the Buddha, just like you saw in the picture. Imagine when a man comes straight forward to you and point his finger, saying something like that in front of you without showing respect. How would you feel? Of course, normal people would be angry too, right? We are the same. We are not enlightened or perfect enlightened being yet. Therefore, we will be normally become angry. But unlucky for the Brahmin, he just not met normal people. He met the Buddha. So here's the question he asked. He said, Buddha, do you know what a man has to kill in order to get a good night's sleep? Before the Buddha even have a chance to answer, he going further with his question. And so what form of killing would you support? Simply asking. So how do you want to get killed? Something like that, you know. The Buddha was remain calm. He know exactly what happened. And he also know what the intention of the Brahmin was. So he remained silent and calm. He just said, answer on this question. I make it this easier for the translator. So hopefully you get a good translation for that, all right? So continue. The Buddha answered simply in a calm manner with a calm tone. He said, a man must kill his anger in order to get a good night's sleep. If you don't kill your anger, you will do things that you regret later. Being put into prison or punished. But if you kill your anger, you don't need to undergo the sorrowful consequences of your angry deeds. The noble ones praise the killing of anger, whose root is poison, whose crown is sweet. These are what the Buddha replied to the Brahmin. Upon hearing the answer, the Brahmin subtly calmed down and impressed by the reaction the Buddha gave to him on a calm manner, because he was expecting the Buddha would fight or angry back like he normally met with thinking to be Arahant in his belief. So rather than continue with his anger, he asked, could you please continue more? Something that need to be noted on the answer of the Buddha here. If you look at the last sentence, whose root is poison and whose crown is sweet. The Buddha meant in here is that when a person angry, when he releases his anger on someone or something, it tastes like very sweet because he has released and feeling good when he releases anger. Just like when you're angry, you conflict with someone, have agreement with someone, you release whatever you want to say going out, you're feeling good. But when he meant it that whose root is poison, he meant that after what you release, you become regret later because it will come back to hurt you later on. So that's when the Brahmin understand on this. He was impressed by the Buddha. So he asked the Buddha to taught him more. And as he learned further and further, his faith began to change from Jainism into Buddhism. And furthermore, he requested the Buddha at that moment, he would like to become a Buddhist monk. Well, things turn around, isn't it? From an intention to kill someone, turn into a Buddhist monk. And as at the end of the story, it doesn't say how long, it says that at the end, he was able to attain enlightenment. But from the story that I mentioned, as in the story portray, killing anger is good and it helps your meditation too. But the dilemma you learn from this, if you look further into perspective, as a two person from different beliefs living together, is not easy. Because sometimes when the husband want to do something, he had to, kind of like thinking of his wife. And the wife, the same thing, thinking of her husband at the same. These two have something in common. In Buddhist term, they believe that these two has two foundations. These two had four foundations that have character of them, that make them having characteristic that being ready to attain enlightenment as the way the Buddha taught, and they are. It is called virtues for good householder life. In the Pali, is translated as Karavasa Dhamma. Okay, and they are these four. 1. Truth, honesty. 2. Taming or training oneself. 3. Tolerance, forbearance, perseverance. And 4. Self-sacrifice, liberality, and generosity. The Pali term as it is, I didn't mention in here, it has one word, but it can be meaning so many things. So let's go one by one. How does the couple Brahmins able to stay together and maintain inner peace as their characteristic allow them to be the foundation for learning a higher Dhamma from the Buddha. Remember the wise listening one time, she enlightened right away. The Brahmin too, but he had to having time because he has a lot of different beliefs, but able to convert himself and allow himself to transform and attain enlightenment later on in his life. So the first characteristic or the Dhamma that he had in his life is one, honesty. Like you can see from the story, the couple, even though we don't know them much and the story doesn't say a lot, but one thing we know is that they do not lie together. Like the wife always said, my faith is my Buddha. I'm stay with it. I'm not gonna lie that I'm not gonna say anything else. She's honest. Same thing with her husband too. If he going to shop her, he did really do, but he just couldn't put himself to do it. So he go to the Buddha instead. So that's therefore they really are truthfulness as a character. What about number two? Yes, they are both adapting themselves. As you can see, they're learning very fast. And also, as the Brahmin too, when he learned from the Buddha, he changed from put down his anger and ready to learn more. He is willing to adjust and also he has patience as he don't release his anger onto his wife. But before he gonna do such thing, he realized himself one thing, that he should also be patient. Thus, he moving toward the Buddha instead. That is one thing that he has with his wife. But if you disagree, well, you could say, well, he doesn't have tolerance to the Buddha. Of course, it's different beliefs. He don't have the respect for the Buddha yet at the time. But after he got the answer from the Buddha, his respect is changed, isn't it? Yes, so that's one thing. And last but not least, he released and he sacrificed his anger toward his wife. And so he came to the temple to meet the Buddha instead. So that's all of these characteristics. One thing that I like to mention in here, living as a good people in society or living together with someone, especially your spouse or someone, your friends or someone relatives. Either way, if you have these four, according to Luang Por Datta Chivo, these are the foundation for enlightenment as well. If you already have the 5 precepts, protecting and guarding your mind to do all the evils, the virtue further that you need in order for you to go learning higher in Dhamma or training yourself for enlightenment are these 4, the virtues for good householder. If you can have this, I am sure you are ready for higher or even be ready for enlightenment. So that's keep on practicing everyone. This will be benefit for you in the future. So hopefully what I am about presenting today could be benefit to you all and improving your self meditation experience as well. Now we have about 26 minutes for inner peace. Oh no, for Q&A session. I will hand down the questions to Mr. AJ, or if you feel like you don't want to show or expose your face on the screen, don't worry. All you have to do is typing down on the chat box. But why? Before we start on the Q&A, let me sell my stuff real quick before we go over, okay? If you like to learn further into the Dhamma course or practice, well, I have some activity that may be quite interest to you. Let's see what I have. I forgot the, yes. Right now I am recordings and do the podcast available on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and YouTube channel. If you want to know what is the channel I'm looking for this sign, Great Teaching Monk, it's on YouTube. So you can watch this and listen to this. It's not something fancy, but it's only voice in English. You like to learn the story of the Buddha, past life, now it's on Vidura the Wise, episode 8. So if you're interested, now it's in English, of course, English. You don't have to go read subtitle on the screen that the temple already available, it's English. Okay, good. And also, if you like to learn the Dhamma from Luang Por Datta Chivo, now I'm teaching to Blessing 13 starting today. It's already available on podcast. So check it out if you like to learn. Now it's on Blessing 13. And last but not least, the historical background of the middle way meditation. I am sure you may have heard so much about the Buddha's amulet that Luang Pu produced. Now this time we talk about that, of course, in English, okay? Good luck, and if you like to learn, go listen to them on my podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcast, or YouTube. Choose however you like. But remember, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. All right, that's my selling stuff. Go ahead, Mr. AJ. I'm selling my stuff.
Okay. Thank you very much for the Dhamma talk. I have one question from our audience already. It's a question from home. They say from Visa Varian, and it relates to the story, because the Buddha said what you need to kill is anger. This person asks, if I got in a feeling of anger, how can I deal with it to calm down my mind?
That's a good one. It is something that happened to everyone too, including myself. Recently, just having a group and with someone, and now we don't even talk yet. But anyway, one thing that can help you to stop, that's what I did too. You have to look at yourself from your perspective too. For the perspective way is that one thing is, first of all, okay, if you realize that you are angry, or at the very least, you know that you are about to have temper over the conversation or whatever happened or whatever situation that you are in at that moment. If you realize, stop talking, stop, continue, be calm. If it was, at the very least, get yourself away from that, so it won't get worse than it already is. This is one thing that you need to do. And when you feel better, come. And that is when you are unable to, control the situation. But if you are very good, but this thing require meditation practice. In other words, not really exactly meditation. It's more like keeping your mind inside, in your control, or being awareness. This is what Luang Por Dhammachayo also mentioned in the past when he was teaching in Dream kindergarten program. He taught that when you realize that you are angry, take a deep breath a few more times until you feel better. This will allow the air inside that's already not really good coming out and filling itself with the new air. It will calm you down too. If you don't feel better, take a deep breath slowly. Then calm down. Just listen attentively. If you are very good, you will be able to realize how you're gonna control and return or reply in your situation. But if you really can't, or you are not good just yet, it is best not to say anything. The more you speak, the more it gets worse. So that's in this case, it is better to just stay silent. Or in some case, if it cannot be reconciled, give it time. Time will help. Some long, some short, depend. But at the very least, it doesn't get worse than it should if we are continue. So hopefully this simple tip can helping you.
Okay, Sadhu Venerable. There is a follow-up question to that. I can't read it right now, but it's something along the lines of, if I feel angry, how can I meditate, or can I meditate to reduce the anger?
Well, one thing is, so recently there was a monk who taught this. Someone asked, if I'm have a kind of like a bad feeling, can I meditate and practice Dhamma? It's not the medicine for that. You have to get yourself better first. So if you are angry at the moment, of course, you won't be able to meditate. And if you just sit and close your eye, it's even getting worse. Why? It is kind of like you have a fresh wound. You know what I mean? When you got cut and you just try to heal it right away, it's just only getting worse. So when you close your eyes while you were angry, all the sound, the conflict, the story that you just experienced, it just still new and fresh to the mind. So when you close your eyes, it will resurface. It's just like replay the movie that allow you to watch alone. When that case come, would help. Get out of that situation like I mentioned before. Stay cool, stay calm. When you feel better, it allow the mind to settle down. When you feel you are no longer have temper or anger, close your eyes, then meditate. That is when you should do. And if you are not yet, your mind are not ready. Last month, there was a man from Canada. I don't even met him, but he has a heartbreaking with his girlfriend. Oh, Badero, I want to kill myself. I cannot live anymore. So I tell him, what do you want me to do? I want to learn meditation. Whoa, hold on, just take a minute. You want to kill yourself and you have a heartbreaking? No, 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 not yet, not yet. Remember one thing I told him, you know, if you are going to kill yourself, it is quite regrettable to, feelings for someone who don't even think about you now. Even if you hurt yourself, it won't help her coming back because she stopped thinking of you. But view yourself instead. You still have future to go. Maybe you can meet a better person in the future. How about it? Give yourself a chance. So when he realized, oh, thank you for comforting, that's much better. I don't know if you can meditate with me or not, but he already gone. But at the very least, the point is, when your mind are not in the situation to calm down, it is not good to do the meditation just yet. Remember, when you feel calm down, come back to meditate. It may help. So if you just feel like you experience this and you want to do it right away, meditation is help when your mind are ready. It would not help and it's not a medicine when your mind is not ready. So keep this in mind, all right? That's my tip. I'm not sure about the other teaching, man. Hopefully it's helped though.
Okay, okay, Kopunkat, that's a very good tip. Very good tip. It could save us a lot of time and stress. I've got another question about
Okay.
anger. A question from somebody who says, generally or often when they get angry, it can take several days to reduce the anger. How can they calm down to deal with it better and faster?
That's a good one as well because people asking me the same thing. Well, this seems to be a general question, but it's not new. Okay. One thing on this is that our temper, our feeling are different on each individual. Some may be long, some may be short. Understand on this concept. One thing that you need to take a note is our mind, when we are occupied with something, it remain in that and it's gonna keep repeating. Okay. So the best way to help you let go of this anger or memories that last in your mind is you must shift its attention. Anger is similar to your heartbreaking. It's the same, but it's different. But it's the same situation. When your mind occupied with something, you have to change. This also shows the characteristics of the mind is that the mind can have one thing at a time. Same thing too when we angry at someone. We have to get our mind out of that person because when we angry at that situation, whether it's a person, things, or animal, doesn't matter. But when our mind occupied with that thing, we need to replace it with something else, which can helping us be much better in the better condition. For example, you going out, meeting friends, do some activity that help you more relax and try to avoid whatever the cause that make that make you recall that situation. For example, like I mentioned earlier, that when you are having a fight with someone, rather than go back thinking of that person, maybe it's good time to stay away, letting the time heal, or do something else to keep your mind occupied. So once you're feeling better and better, when you're looking at that situation in the past, you no longer feeling negative or anger toward that situation. That means your mind are ready and better. But hey, this depends on each people. Some people having a lot of anger, fostering up inside, but it's from the beginning, since they were born until now. These habits are not good to have. If we have it, of course, when we die, if we have anger while we die, we're gonna be a yak, an ogre. So therefore, try to avoid having that. So in order to do so, try to keep yourself in a good positive light, in a good mood. But this requires some practice. So therefore, remember one thing: not everything we meet in our life will be satisfied. We have to adjust ourselves. When we are adjust at ourselves, we can control the situation outside better. So that's good luck, everyone. These are the things we must practice from our life until the end. And if we cannot handle this, we will continue in the next slide the same thing. It has to be practiced and trained. So good luck.
That's right. I have another question.
Mhm.
If someone did something bad to me, it affected me to avoid his face, and I didn't want to see him anytime. So whenever I see him, I feel bad all the time. So the question is how to fix it, because the person wants to see this other person and feel nothing instead of anger.
Well, at the first thing, I have the same thing too, But one thing from my experience and what I have learned over the course of my life, I'm still not perfect, Let me tell you first, I am not perfect. So my answer may not be the best just yet. But if you find a better answer, feel free to, okay? The thing on this part is, if you are not feeling about that person, but you still have to meet them all the time. One thing about that is, I cannot do that yet. But what I learned from Longpo Dattachiwo first is put aside what happened. Fill in your mind with what good thing that he has done to you. That's what he mentioned. But in the practice, how would you do avoiding that? In my case, from my experience, what I did is first smile. Second, if I feel I still have conflict, I don't look at them in the eyes, but at the very least, I speak to them in a calm and tone manner. Second, after you feeling better, at least start conversation. But one thing I have in myself is I forget quite easy. So when I forget, I forget the feeling quite easy, but the memory that something wrong is still in there. I'm sure everyone has that. But the thing that you need to get quite easy is the feeling or the intense feeling that you have toward that person. If it's out first, it usually out when you talk. And if they talk back to you, it's kind of like make you feel that, hey, at least we can still get along. When you feel that you can get along, at the very least, you can continue the conversation. And even better, if that feeling gone, you can resume the activity. But the memory of what you have conflict in the past as will become the lessons that you keep as a future reference in your future, that you better not do the same mistake or avoid this. This is from my experience, all right?
Oh, okay. Thank you for the answer. I think this affects many people in work life, especially because we don't choose who we work with usually. I think that's all of the time we've got for questions, Tatu. Thank you for your answers, Venerable.
So
And
we got one.
oh,
We
we
got
have
one
another one.
question. Yeah.
see. Let's see. I have a question. There is. It's about meditation. If I want to start to practice meditation, how long do I need to practice?
Well, if you are new to meditation, my suggest at the beginning as long as you like. The recommendation would be 5 to 15 minutes at any point in time, but the best time for practice or starting meditation would be when you wake up in the morning or right after you wake up and before you go to bed. These considered as the best time according to the mind are ready to rest. And when you wake up in the morning, the mind are refreshed. So these are the best time. But the best suitable time for practice meditation is whenever you want. So that's when you practice, don't worry about the time. When you feel content, when you feel you want to do it, do it. That is when how long you should. But if you cannot do, at the very least set the bar between 5 to 15 minutes at the beginning. It could help. But do not worry about the time too much. Otherwise, you will be struggle. One thing that you need to be noticed yourself whenever you meditate is if you close your eyes and meditate and you feel struggle when it's gonna be over, remember, it's wrong. When you meditate, if you do it right, you will feel just you want to stay here forever. Find that feeling, and that will confirm you that you have done correctly. As our master, Luang Por Dhammachayo used to say, receiving happiness every time when we meditate, even for just single moment, that is confirmation that you have practiced correctly. So good luck. Thank you for asking.
Thank you for your answers to the question. Yes, I agree. The feeling that you get is more important than the time you spend as a beginner.
You're very welcome.
Okay, that's excellent. Good Dhamma, good question, everybody, and thank you for your answers, Venerable. Next on our agenda is, while we're still all here, a group photo, if you will. Is
Yes, you
everybody?
can meditate. You get only 5 minutes. Yes.
That was a quick question. Yes, you can meditate for 5 minutes. That's right. That's right. Okay, thank you for that extra question. All right. So we have a small tradition. Let's all put on our peaceful, happy face.